Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is one I was not expecting to make for maybe another 10 or 12 years. Today's video, I am selling my truck. I know. I was on a Facebook group that has our body style, our new generation truck, and everybody was really hyped about selling our vehicles for more than what we bought them for through, there's websites like Carvana or Give Me the VIN. I typed mine in to Give Me the VIN, and they offered me $3,500 more than what I paid for it in March of 2019. This is August of 2020 for this was the aging of this video. Yeah, and I was pretty surprised by that, and kind of just weighed my options and saw what was available, and if I wanted to make an upgrade, what would I get, and is that worth it? And I guess as far as any knocks to my current vehicle, I love it. It's been my dream truck. Again, back to that Facebook group, I should have never joined it. There are a lot of complaints about the 8-speed, and I never would have given it a thought, but they say clunk's bad from first to second, and I guess when I started paying attention, it did make a little bit of a clunk once in a while, but 2nd through 8 was, butter smooth. And, I didn't really worry about it. The dealership that I went to had a really limited powertrain, lifetime powertrain warranty. So it's kind of, I'll be fine. If the worst thing were to happen, I'm still covered. Anyway, so, yeah, we're gonna, sorry about that, technical difficulties. Somebody was eyeballing my truck wanting to buy it already, and then a salesman came by. I just couldn't finish filming that day. So we're back in my driveway. It's been a little bit. I got a nice haircut now. And it may look like a similar interior, but don't be fooled. We're actually sitting in my brand new 2020 Trail Boss. So I ended up making the switch. The deal got done. Thankfully, it's over. It's past me. It was a very stressful day. We'll talk about it. But let's go through the numbers. If you think I made the right move, like the video, comment. I do love reading those. See what you guys think of things. Did I miss something? Do you think I got ripped off? You can dislike it. Let me know. Let's talk about that stuff today. So, I can understand why people would be skeptical. You're making it such a lateral. It seems like such a lateral move. The resale value on your vehicle should be garbage. Right when you drive off a lot, you're supposed to lose like 15 to 20% value on a truck right when you drive off the lot, which at our truck prices is like $8,000. So, how did I make this without breaking the bank? Which I wouldn't have done. I thought that last truck was going to last me 10 or 12 years. I'm not the kind of person that upgrades every year. So, but these are the reasons why I did it. Let's run the numbers here. So, I think the first, probably the biggest factor was everything credit to that 19 truck. I got it for a screaming deal. I bought it in March 2019. I got 12,600 off of MSRP on it, which in March I think was a fantastic deal. That value seemed to hold. I was watching new vehicles being sold throughout the end of that 2019 year, and I don't think that ever really got higher than that. So that was one big thing. The second thing was, then the value of that truck when I went to sell it during the middle of a pandemic. You can credit, like I said, the pandemic, driving up the used market value, or the shutdown of the factories, limiting the new vehicles, whatever it was. I'll give a shout out to Give Me the VIN. They valued my truck at over $3,000 more than what I purchased it for a year ago with 14,000 miles on it. That seemed pretty crazy, so that definitely perked my interest. And the other things that would have made the deal happen was I would have had to have found a truck worth upgrading to, which this Trail Boss has the 6.2, the 10-speed. The 10-speed or the 8-speed was, it's kind of on social media groups. People aren't pretty fond of it. They don't like it. I personally wasn't having a problem until I did get one hard knock from first to second. It almost felt like somebody bumped me in a parking lot. I heard it, I felt it, I looked behind me. With someone with 14,000 miles, to me that seemed a little strange, but people say that's common. You can go back to the dealership and they can change some fluids and stuff. So, to me it wasn't just that. My wife and I want to get a camper. We decided, my family is really into that. The large trailer campers, 24-footer slide outs and stuff. So, we've been planning to do that in the spring. and the 6.2 is going to pull it a lot better. I'm sure some of you already have looked at the stats, and but the 6.2s are heavier, so their towing capacity is less. Like, I'm not trying to push the brink here. I'm gonna be thousands of pounds less than the maximum, and I know this 6.2, when I gotta get on it to merge onto a freeway or somewhere, like, this 6.2 is gonna pull it a lot less. It's going to feel a lot like it's not behind there. It's not, the engine's not going to be working nearly as hard, cruising speed, that kind of stuff. So I know this is going to be worth it. Everybody who has them, they love them. So so I found the truck I wanted. That was a big part of it, and there was a pretty good deal on it during a pandemic. Shopping around, this one had over 9,600 off MSRP, which again wasn't March 2019, but pretty good deal. So between the equity I had in my truck, because I did trade in my old truck, which was paid off in that last one, I was making payments on it for a year at a 4.2% interest rate. We'll get into that. There with, like I said, 15 months of payments or so, that there was equity there. So I did have to reset my term. So like I said, we'll talk about the numbers. I did eat it there, but between the equity that was put into my truck, between the trade-in value and the payments I made on it for a year, was almost the cost of the MSRP difference between a 2019 RST and a 2020 Trail Boss with the 6.2. It was about a $1,200 difference to make that upgrade, which I don't think you can argue with. If you ever leased a vehicle for a year, I drove a brand new vehicle for a year, put 14,000 miles on it, and I had to eat $1,200. How do you say no to that? Like, I didn't like trade it. As far as leasing, if you ever done it, you can either just straight up do it for a really high monthly price, or you can trade in your vehicle and chew up its equity to drive your price down. I did it for $1,200 for 15 months. So I feel like that was a no-brainer. I had the big truck with the room for the little car seats when I needed it. To me, that I kind of had this like rare do-over opportunity of what would you be able to, what could I get now? And a 6.2 in something that wasn't a LTZ or a high country wasn't possible in 2019. So but anyway, so yeah, as far as the numbers, my monthly payment is within $1 of what it was before. Thanks to that equity that was in the vehicle, and my interest rate going down from 4.2 to 3.9. Interest rates have dropped since obviously the pandemic hit. So, that's been all of it. Some of you might be, as far as number crunching, well, you bought those 20-inch rims, you put that PPF film on, you put the bed cover on, you put those running boards on. That was all money you had to eat. The PPF film, I actually bought a new one for the new truck and rolled that into the loan, so that got zeroed out. That's not a factor. The wheels, like if you watch my old video, I just sell the takeoffs and you put the other ones back on, you get a pretty, it's a pretty low deal. Again, I'll give another shout to Wheelborg. They're actually on the road right now to deliver another set of 20 inches for this truck. So you may love the 18s and the Trail Boss and the Monster Lugs, and I'm not going to argue with you. They are sweet looking, but they're just not me. I like the look of a larger wheel, not as much rubber. I want tires that are going to last longer than these ones. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong about this, but I think these are supposed to be like 35,000 mile tires. I could be way off, but they're a little loud, when you're riding too. So I'm going with a set. I'll do some time travel here in this video. In this afternoon, I'll get a walk around in my truck, and then I'll throw it into this video when I'm in post and when I'm editing. So let me know if you like the look of the 20 replicas. Again, another shout out to Wheelborg Chevrolet. Go watch that last video. They're different rubber, but the same wheel. So, but yeah, like I said, that was the trade-in difference. The deal into the dealership did not go the way I wanted to. I'm kind of a man of my word. I made a deal with Give Me the VIN for that purchase price. They were the first people to offer me that deal. But I was going to do something called a pass-through or an in and out, where you have a wholesaler that wants to buy your truck. You want to go to the dealership to purchase a new truck, and you want the tax incentive of trading in. I'm not sure if this is the same everywhere in the country, but in Minnesota, if you trade in, you only pay sales tax on the cost difference. So how much money you end up spending that day is what you pay sales tax on. So going from a 2019 to a 2020, when there's a lot of value there and the new truck is really expensive, that's huge. That's a $3,000 savings. There was no way to make this deal work where I could just work with Give Me the VIN and say, here you go, and then take that check and then walk into the dealership and buy. I would have had to have eaten that sales tax. So both the dealer and the wholesaler agreed to do an in and out, and that was going to be the deal. I was going to walk in there and do that. My deal was going to expire with Gimme the VIN. I signed a contract with them that was going to expire that day for that value of the truck. And with the market fluctuating so much in the pandemic, this was my window. And when I got there, both parties got on the phone with each other, disagreed. One hung up on the other. I'm not going to get into it, but they ended up getting brought into the office of the branch manager, and they said, sorry, we're backing out of that deal. We don't like how we don't want to be, caught, in the middle with your truck with this. We don't like it. Sorry. Let's just deal between us, and initially they were 6,000 under what they were going to offer me. And they ended up through negotiating, getting the regional manager involved. With all that manager conversation, my new truck's name is going to be Karen, I think. Let me know what you think of that one. But like I said, to be honest, my conscience, I want to be a man. Like I said, I made a contract with Gimme the VIN. I want to be a man of my word. They offered me that price first. I don't want to use them as leverage. So I wasn't proud of all that, but that deal was gone. I couldn't make it happen. Maybe should have just walked out, but that deal was about to expire. I had to make a deal with Gimme the VIN that day or it wasn't going to happen. So there was a penalty to pay, for backing out of the contract and whatever. But I did call them and they understood the situation. I did everything in my power to make the deal happen, but they said the dealership backed out, and they waived that. So again, I'll give them a plug. I didn't actually finish the transaction with them, so I can't speak on that part, but they were very polite, very nice, understanding. They were very good to me during that entire situation. So thank you guys. Hopefully a couple people give you guys a look, after this video. So, like I said, I ended up going with the dealer. They matched the offer. I said yes. Like I said, my conscience, that wasn't quite right, but this was the only truck in the state of Minnesota that fit the bill, and the offer was, like I said, I had to do it. It sucks, but I have to live with myself now. But anyway, it's done. I love it. Like I said, my payment, the term got reset, which sucks. I'm sure when there's a year off on this truck from being paid off, I could be like, this could be done by now. But I'm pretty sure those years of driving a Trail Boss with the 6.2 and the 10 speed it's going to be worth it. And like the resale on a 2020 Trail Boss versus a 19 RST, it'll be fine. I'll survive. Hopefully you guys, like this helps some of you, like talking some numbers, figuring that stuff out. I feel like people try to always hide and brag and boast about that stuff, but I just want to be real with numbers, and so we all make better informed decisions when we make purchases and see what other people ended up doing and why. So if you like that stuff, let me know. As far as supporting the channel, here comes the plug. Stick with me. We'll be through it. If you watch my channel, I made an announcement on YouTube, but realtruck.com noticed our channel, which is, I say our channel because without you guys watching the videos, supporting the stuff, they wouldn't be looking at the channel. So it really is ours. They want to sponsor it. They want to send me a couple of parts, have me install them, review them, walk you guys through it, answer your questions. I do reply to most comments I get. And if you do end up liking something that they offer, if you could follow the link, I'll put those in the descriptions always. I'll get a little bit of commission. So that'll be a way of supporting the channel. It doesn't raise your prices on the stuff. It just it kind of just gives me the credit for their advertising to get you there. And it doesn't matter what you end up picking. So if you follow my link to the running boards I pick, but you end up going with something else, I'll still get a commission. I'm doing the same thing with Amazon too. Again, fill your shopping cart. There's other stuff you got to get, because I get credit for just getting you there. So follow my links if you want to support the channel. I'm never going to do like a Patreon or a Venmo or a way. Like I'm not desperate for money, or so I don't want, you keep your money, but if it doesn't cost you anything to support the channel, kind of make this fun little side project I have worth doing, show your appreciation for the stuff, I'd love that. That'd be sweet. It's kind of cool to see, something I'm a teacher, so I love teaching and bringing knowledge to people. I love trucks, so as far as a side hustle, this is right up my alley. And it's great to see the positive feedback and I get back in the video. So if you want to support the channel, that's the way I'd like you to do it. Like I said, I'm not sticking my hand out for money. So that's it. We're done talking about that. So again, my next video, they're going to send me the first part, which is running boards. I'm going to do something a little different than my last one. I'm going to do some drop steps. I think those look really good with our truck or on any truck. So look forward to that. You know, other things I want to do. I want to do a cold air intake on this 6.2, you know, get the horsepower up even more. I want to do an aftermarket exhaust, and, you know, just who knows what, anything else on their site. I'm going to be giving a hard look at. Hopefully we can keep that going for a while. So like, subscribe, follow, watch those videos. Again, if you want to help me out, you follow those links whenever you make a purchase on either of those sites. I'd really appreciate it. You don't have to, but, you know, if you do, thank you very much. I'll see you guys in that next video. Again, thank you guys for making this happen. Couldn't do it without you. All right, see you in the next video. Bye.